a Yeti escapes a research team who wishes to exploit the creature for science and winds up hiding out on the rooftop of an apartment building that belongs to Yi, as well as her friends Jin and his cousin Peng. Dubbing the creature Everest, the trio decide to return him to his homeland in the Himalayas, all in the while avoiding the scientists and their billionaire bankroller, who again are trying to exploit the creature for scientific purposes. Along the way, Yi is going to have to learn to harness the magic within her and open her heart to the world once more. This is Abominable. So, yes, I was actually able to see it this weekend. It's screened at the AMC, which proves I know absolutely nothing. Anyway, the film itself, this is an animated feature, obviously, bankrolled by Pearl. I guess this is a Chinese company. It's set in China. It seems to be bent on catering to the Chinese market. I don't know how well it will do there. The cast is mostly kind of... you have... Chloe Bennett is Yi. She's obviously on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's Daisy, or Sky, wherever, if you remember. She is at least, like, I believe half Chinese or half Asian American, so you could say that goes well. Jin is voiced by Tenzing Norgay Trainer, who I believe is also part Asian. So again, it's mostly a mostly Asian cast. Except for the villains, I think, who are all pretty much British. Sarah Paulson is Dr. I forget the name, the chief scientist, and then the bankroller, who's named Barnish, is Eddie Izzard. The animation is, overall, it's pretty well done. The problem is, the story itself, it kind of falls pretty flat. Basically, Yi's arc is her father has died at some point in the last, I'd say, couple of years or so, and in that time frame, she has shut herself off from the world. She's grown distant from her mother and grandmother, and she's doing odd jobs and trying to earn some money so that they can take the trip across China that her father always wanted to take. And she sort of, she has this violin that belonged to her father, and she used to play it as well, but she says that she hasn't played it since, but she actually has been the whole time. And like I said, she's growing more distant from the world. And the cousins Jin and Peng, this is where things get weird, because Jin is he's sort of an older brother type to Yi, but they also sort of play in the idea that there's maybe something more going on. Again, this is weird because Jin is basically on the verge of going to college, but Yi looks like she's 14, so I have no idea what's happening between these two. At one point, Peng actually says to Yi that Jin always looked at her as a younger sister and wanted to protect her. And ever since that he's become this self-obsessed teenager, he's obviously very popular because of his looks. Like I said, he's going to the university in Beijing to as pre-med, so it's not because he wants to help people, because he thinks he'd look good in a white coat. But over the course of the film, he changes. He sort of reconnects with Yi a little bit. Like I hesitate to say in a romantic sense, because while they do hint at it, nothing ever really seems to fully culminate. But they are sort of friendly again as the film ends. Like I said, the story with the main billionaire guy, Barnish, is he actually had an encounter with a Yeti while exploring the Himalayas, and basically ever since then he's been trying to prove that these rare and exotic creatures exist, and that's kind of it. And then the scientist, Dr. I want to say her name is Zarin. Have names that make sense, people. Like I don't know what was going on there, but she argues initially on behalf of preservation and making sure these animals are safe, but in reality she just wants to make the money, and it's all a con. So that's basically the story there. And then as it goes on, it turns out Everest, the Yeti, are basically in tune with nature. They can They can cause storms if they need to. They can make flowers grow. They can make blueberries grow. They can cause a tidal wave to roll through a rice paddy. So that's kind of how this goes. Unfortunately, maybe this is because I was the only one in my screening. Literally, I was the only person in my screening. Maybe seeing this with a bunch of kids in the theater would be different, but the jokes really fall flat in this. There was one joke that made me chuckle a little bit, and that was, at one point, Jin is captured by the scientists, and he tries to escape. He tries to commandeer a motorcycle. He gets on it. He starts it up. He revs it. He starts going for it, and the thing just shoots off and flies over the side of a cliff. And that's all that happened. Like, that was the one time I really laughed at this. There's some stuff in there. There's like some belch humor. There's a scene where they stow away in a big crate of soda, and Pang and Everest both drink way too much soda, and they have to go to the bathroom. And there's kind of this scene where they run off, and once they're done, they actually pass out from it because they had so much caffeine in it as well. And it's from there that they sort of piece together that Everest is actually a child Yeti. And later, spoilers, the Yeti makes it okay, and he's reunited with his family. Like, the real Yeti are very large, giant creatures. And of course, Barnish has a change of heart when he realizes that the Yeti he encountered wasn't acting aggressive because it hated humans, it was trying to protect its family. And he sees Everest trying to protect the kids. So I'm not really spoiling anything. The performances are okay. Like, I like the ideas of some of the arcs. Unfortunately, again, the story itself is just kind of pedestrian. It's not really spectacular. The film is just a little over 90 minutes long, so at least it's short. And like I said, maybe if you're watching this with a bunch of kids, it'll be different. But as a solo outing, it's not entirely fulfilling. I am going to give Abominable a C.
If a pizza with 3 toppings cost $10.99, what would I pay for 6 toppings? Well, $10.99. The reason is...
It's Bigfoot! It's the Bigfoot Big 6 Pizza. Get our special 6 toppings for the 3-topping price of $10.99.
Are you sure you're the Pizza Hut guy?
Bigfoot from Pizza Hut, a legendary value.
Marvel Comics X-Men video packs are at Pizza Hut just for the holidays, so hurry and get your claws on them.
Okay, trailer time again, and well, after 3 consecutive weeks of R-rated movies, we're finally getting something a little different, obviously, with the family feature. Nothing's really new. Frozen 2 again, Jumanji Next Level again, Spies in Disguise again, Playing with Fire again, Arctic Fox again, Cats. Obviously this is the trailer everyone's been talking about. I can't remember if we've had this before or not, but yeah, we got Cats. And then, rounding things off, we have Trolls World Tour. So, yeah. Like I said, pretty much everything has been done before, like we've had before, so nothing too spectacular. We'll probably see at least a few of those. Probably not Playing with Fire, but anyway. Excuse me, sorry. So, next video is, well, it's probably going to be the AEW premiere on TNT, AEW Dynamite, not Wednesday Night Dynamite, just Dynamite on TNT. I might do the NXT that's on there too, because I don't know if I'll do that all as one video or I'll do it as 2 separate videos. Probably, it's either that or I won't do NXT at all. Like, it's going to be a 2-hour show on both of them are you get the idea. After that, the next movie review should be Joker, then the random trade review on Lex Luthor and Man of Steel, and then the recap and review of Hell in a Cell. And, well, we'll tackle the other ones after that. See you all next time. Hey guys, check out my Patreon and see how you can request a movie for me to review, even if it's some stinker like A Dog's Way Home or the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Also, if you like what you see, give the video a like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell.